Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon everybody. It's evening here now. Sorry the video's late. Our internet just went out. I think all of Movie Star went out. I saw on the internet, I looked it up, so for once we all rushed over to work early because they had Wi-Fi. No offence, Tim, we love working at Dolphin Safari, we really do. Dolphins were fabulous today, again. Right, the subject of this video is a bit of a mix. Firstly, I am going live tomorrow, 10 o'clock Spanish time, or European time, which will be 9 o'clock UK time. I'm not sure how that works out for Australia and America and other parts of the world. And at the moment, the way things are looking, I have a guest who will be joining me. Now, I'm not going to say who that person is because I was really very, very surprised. It's something that Graham had been in touch with someone and they contacted me today, much to my astonishment, and said they would like to do a live tomorrow. So, but you never know, things crop up, so I don't want to say anything. Before anyone asks, it's not Wally. I haven't heard from Wally in a little while. That's not unusual. I think she's still doing her Patreon, for anyone who wants to check up on that. No, it's someone completely different, and I'm actually in awe, I'm stunned. And this person is very interested in narcissism and Meghan, because Meghan at the moment does seem to be like the world's largest study. So I put a community post up and I'm not sure if I misunderstood or what exactly it was that I put in a post. I just said going live tomorrow at these particular times to talk all things about narcissistic. And I had a couple of comments on there. One said, oh, it's been 3 years, why do that? So I didn't really understand that. And why does the book need to be done to death? And I hadn't mentioned anything about a book. So I don't know if that's one of you guys and you misunderstood, or whether it's sugars, because I've noticed with sugars, what they do is, if, for example, I do a video where I'm actually being quite nice about Meghan and sticking up for her, they just jump on and they make some really stupid, demented and moronic comment that bears no relationship to the video. I don't know, like, why do you have to be so racist in that video? And I think I wasn't talking about anything of the sort in that video, so you clearly didn't watch the video. So maybe they're on a payroll and they're jumping on and off Megxit community channels and they're just going haters, racist, you know, and just making these obscure comments without actually listening to the person who's making the video. I don't know, or did I say something that made you think I was going to do a book review? Obviously, I'm sure the subject of spare will come up. I'm pretty sure that will come up because it is a bit of a gift that keeps on giving. And, well, anyway, so the subject of today's video really is about how narcissists affect people. Well, I can only talk about myself and how our two narcissists affected me. And I didn't actually realise how much they had changed me as a person until last week when Graham loves, he's got all these old videos of me from when we lived in Brighton, and he's got a load of videos of when we were on the run. And he never asks my permission. Is it okay if I put this up? So I see my face on his channel pop up and I just think, oh no, what now? He put some video up of me. I was clearly doing a vlog in the bathroom on Far Ben. So going back, 15 years. And I'm listening to myself and I was a completely different person. I mean, I was like quite soft. And this is after I'd been on the run. That's the other thing. This person who contacted me today, I'm not quite sure they know that I was Britain's most wanted woman 23 years ago. I don't know if they know that part, but they're probably going to watch this video and then they might be like, oh, okay, I better Google that one. What have I got myself into? So anyone out there, anyone who's new to my channel, if you Google Fiona Mont, M-O-N-T, then it will become clear. But this video that Graham had put up was of me long after that, when we had gone back to the UK and we were living on our boat in Brighton Marina. And I found myself listening to myself thinking, what's the matter with you? You need you slap, you grizzling all over the place, complaining about everything. Do you know what? I'm convinced if I was 20 years younger, I'd probably be a sugar. And I really didn't think I'd changed that much. So it's got me thinking, what made me go from that to this? And it's the narcs. I mean, it is 13 years now. 13 years. Yeah, this May, actually, 13 years this May that the narcs came into our lives. And of course, I don't want to identify them because they are they're still in the peripherals of our lives. They don't do anything to us these days. I think it's a combination between that and I had to do some pretty hardcore work when I first turned up in Gibraltar, and it just really hardens you up, and it changes you as a person. Thank God I survived, because I know other people who were affected by these two particular people. One tried to commit suicide. 1, 2, 3, 5 that I know of were arrested on trumped up false charges. My husband being one of them. Me, thankfully, never. I know that I ended up suing people because of these narcs. I don't think I know anyone else who sued or ended up suing somebody because of them. But the damage they do, what they do is they provoke and provoke and provoke. And they set scenarios up, just like Meghan. They set something up and they keep prodding and they keep prodding, and you keep saying to yourself, I'm not going to react to this. I'm not taking the bait, but we're a human, you know. And eventually, snap, and they gotcha, and then they throw themselves to the ground and they scream for the police and they scream for an ambulance and a neck brace and go, oh, I'm the victim, look what they did to me. By which time, and I've seen them do it to many, many people, and by which time the police turn up and the victims, they're like, oh my God, I have taken so much provocation, you have no idea. In fact, one time, the narcs did it. They did it to somebody. I can't even, oh yeah, I remember who it was. They were getting another guy arrested. Graham got wind of it and he went straight down to where this guy was with the police, surrounded by the narcs who were playing the victim. And he said something to one of the narcs. I don't know, I won't swear because I know a lot of you don't like it. Well, I'll have to, I think, to repeat what Graham said. And the narc went running to one of the police officers and said, officer, you just threatened me. So the police officer said to Graham, did you just threaten him? And he said, no, not at all. He said, I said to him, what have you been doing now, you shit stirrer? And the cop said, why did you say that to him? And he said, because he's the biggest shit stirrer out. He's a liar, a liar. And Graham launched into this speech and the copper burst out laughing and said, fair enough. I think a lot of people think that about this person, and nothing happened to Graham. But the officers did arrest this other guy that some trumped up charge had been made, and he had to go through a whole trial. He was found not guilty, of course, but I mean, it aged the guy, aged him, and he left the area. He was like, I don't need this shit in my life. I know several people have been driven out of the area, driven out of the country by it, and it changes you. That's our church bell. It's Wednesday, it must be Wednesday, that's when the vicar rings the bell. So we all need to go to church. Maybe not. I'm not much of a churchgoer, I'm afraid. So yes, it does change you when you have these people in your lives. And so I really, really hope that this person who has offered to come on a live tomorrow does, because I don't think you'll be disappointed. I think it will be a really interesting analysis. And of course, Meghan is somebody that, the way I got into it, I mean, I've always been a monarchist. And I always followed the royal family on and off. But when this girl came into it, I had been watching a YouTuber called Dr. Ramini, because I was searching to try and find out what it was with these two narcs in our lives. Why do they do this? Because the behaviour is really quite odd. What's their motivation? I mean, a lot of things they do, they will literally cut their nose off to spite their face. They don't mind if it causes them damage, as long as their hatred is so intense. They really don't care if they damage themselves. It's the desire to hurt someone else is so overwhelming to them that they don't even consider how it's going to hurt them. So I found Dr. Ramini, I can't remember how, And she started to explain to me what narcissism is and what flying monkeys are. And I thought, yeah, ding, 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 ding. So I told everybody that I know that knows this pair of weirdos. And they were like, whoa, yes, yes, now we understand, it's a disorder. It's a disorder. And I think one of them is actually the genuine narc, and the other one just like has become that way. As I say, I have to be careful talking about them because I don't want to reveal anybody's identity. Not even them. I wouldn't even do that to them. So yes, hopefully the live tomorrow will be lively, and it'd be fabulous if any of you can join us. I know that some of you will, and again, I don't understand the comment about the book. Further than that, that's pretty much it for today. And yeah, there'll be a lot more to talk about. And yes, I have seen the royal grift, and I have seen that Harry is like maybe going to be thrown out of the United States. I have seen that. And I subscribe to about 200 different YouTubers. So when you leave comments saying, check this one out, check that one out, have you seen Nate the lawyer? Are you aware of the royal grift? Do you watch Taz? I watch all of them. Trust me, I would be astonished if there's one that I've missed. I've been watching all the YouTubers in this community since about, well, 2018, I think, at the end of 2018, when I started watching Shallon Lester and the lovely Ashley, and through Ashley I found Taz, through Taz I found Murky, through Murky I found Wally, and then of course there's been an explosion of so many other people with all different takes on it, and it's marvellous. And yes, like Duchess of Narcissists, yeah, I love her. I love the way she goes, Meghan and Harry. I love the way she does that. I can just imagine them watching her. And I bet that Harry's got a bulletproof screen, sort of perspex in front of the TV for when Meghan's hurling dishes at it. So, hopefully see you on the live tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a video tomorrow during the day or not. It depends what crops up. Unfortunately, dolphin trip cropped up today, which kind of interrupted all my spring cleaning. As always, have a fabulous day. I look forward to reading your comments and opinions, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you very much for listening.